Can I fix it? I hope so.
Hiboman's workshop. Doodly doodly doo.
Hello everyone, this is Hiboman here with another toy that I'm going to attempt to repair. This is Generation Select's Star Convoy, and as people who own this toy or have seen reviews of it will know, this chest piece in the evolution mode has problems staying put in there. Now, I've seen commentary and videos that suggests that removing this piece and the little bracket here that it's mounted on and flipping them around can help, which I've tried that, and if you get it just right, it can help a little bit, but I'm going to show you what the actual problem is here and explain how I'm going to attempt to fix it. Okay, and here we go with a close-up of the chest plate itself. And what you can see is that right in here, there's a position where you just get this tension that then is what's causing it to spring out. It has nothing to do with how it interacts with the rest of the figure. It's just these two pieces. And the reason for that, give me a second to carefully separate these. Very thin plastic, always fun to work with. Bloop. If you look up close right here, you can see there's this silver bit beneath the gold chrome or on top of the gold chrome, I'm not entirely sure. But there's one on this side, this little ridge, and one on this side. That makes this right here ever so much wider than the rest of the cylinder that the hinge is mounted on. That, when it is mounted in here, when those little ridge pieces come in between as you're rotating the piece around, that's what causes this to flex out and create that tension that then causes it to spring around. And what that means is that we have two options for our repair. We can either try to file away on the inside here so there's room for those pieces, which I am wary to do, one, because I'm not exactly sure where that tension is happening, and also because I don't want to mess up the actual hinge. And the other potentially dangerous bit, just getting rid of these two little nubs. I think that's going to be easier because they're smaller bits to deal with and we can target them. I am worried about dealing with the integrity of the chrome, but hopefully we can work around that. Okay, so as you can see here, I have ever so gently started carving off this piece with my knife here. I'm not going to do this on camera because I'm like reaching around through my my ring light past the camera, and this is a very thin and chromy piece, so I'm going to be careful with it. But I'm going to go at it with this, see how it turns out, do a test fit, and if it needs to go down more, I have a small file that I can go in there with and smooth it down. I'm just worried about using the file because I don't want to damage any more chrome than I have to. This is a little bit more precise. Yep, I cut my finger. Be careful with knives, kids. And after some time carefully whittling away, you can see, maybe not super well, but I did carve away plastic on either side of the hinge here. I'm exposing the blue plastic underneath. The chrome survived pretty well, which I'm happy about. And yeah, so we're gonna put this back in, test fit it. I'm going to show you what the problem is now, because we're not done. And here we have Star Convoy ready to receive his crest placement. Oh, still not working. Unfortunately so. You can see it's not as bad as it was. It's not like springing out, but it's falling out of place. You know, the best I can do if I'm gentle with it is maybe to get it to sort of sit up there, but yeah, it's not actually plugged in. Like, that is the best approximation. Why, you may ask? Well, watch this. If I hold it in place, reach around to the back here, flip a little switch, boom. Just like that. What did I do? This. The locking switch on his butt, you can see the latch isn't fully in place. If I push him in all the way, with that going up, we're back to this. Why, you may ask? Well, let's take a look. So the problem lies in the placement of this groove where this tab tabs in. Where it is at the moment is just ever so slightly too high up, so this doesn't fit. When I push the switch in the back, what you will see is the whole thing shifts down just a little bit, just enough, so this can sit perfectly. Of course, there's a problem here. That problem, of course, being that this is no longer latched in place. So what I want you to do now is watch what happens when I insert it and click it in all the way. You go till about here where it's sitting with a noticeable gap, and then it clicks up and it's flush. What you have for the latch is this piece with that ridge in the front hooking up underneath this front bumper. And something about the ridge coming in contact, I'm guessing with this flat red piece here, is enough to push the whole thing up just a little bit inside where it's mounted. And that's what knocks the Crest out of place. Which leaves me with a dilemma. Do I modify the latch and risk the whole thing not holding together well? Or do I try to come in here and file or carve something off to make more space for the latch so that it doesn't push this up? I don't know. I'm going to need some time to think. I'll be back. Okay, well, as you can see here, I managed to get them apart. And we have the latch separate here for our investigation. So this is the hinge in the front. This is the part that clips over the front of the bumper. This is the switch that you tweak in the back. And if we line it up with our guy here, like you would when you're clipping it in place, this is how it sits. So I don't know if it's this ridge that goes under the bumper that's pushing it up, or if it's something back in here that's pushing up on the crotch piece. So, I'm going to take a crack first at this, because it's a ridge, so it'll be easier to target than just a flat piece. And we'll see how it goes from there. So after hacking and slashing with my knife on the inside, you can see that this piece, which used to be level with the top here, has been carved out a little bit. And that whole ridge, to the best of my ability, is gone. I'll get in there with a file and like smooth it out a bit later, but I want to test fit this to see if we're there. And when we latch it in there, everything's holding, and it kind of holds. If I tap him, it comes out. Also, if I like too rambunctiously push it in there, it still pops out. But we're almost there. Gonna keep working at it. And now, at the end of it all, here we have Star Convoy able to wear his crest very simply, very proudly, very securely. You can see I can beat him up a little bit. Won't pop out. I even have to give it a little tug to get it out of there. Now, truth be told, the surgery helped. It helped a lot, like you saw in the last clip. But there is one more trick that I employed, which may or may not be visible on here. But I used Bondic to basically add some nubs on either side of this tab that will hook into this gap here. And that's what holds it firmly in place. So the surgery is what kept it from forcibly popping out, and this last little modification is what helps it hold in place. So all together, after all that, nice and complete. And if I can just point something out as well, all of that gore that you saw when I had everything hacked apart, that's all internal, right? You can see it looks kind of gross in there, but you're not going to see it while he's combined, and you're not going to see it. You're not going to see it in the trailer mode. So I think it works. I'm very proud of myself for doing this. I hope this has sort of been possibly a tutorial if you want to apply this to your own Star Convoy. I highly encourage you to do so. It's really not that difficult or scary once you get everything down. And thank you very much for watching Hiboman's Workshop. Stay crafty.